If you're waiting for your life to change, stop. I'm about to show you how I make it happen. Yesterday, I talked about how I had bad news, which, hit this sense of security that I had. And I talk about how I basically transmuted that energy. I really used that momentum to step into my power. And yesterday alone, I got amazing opportunities. Opportunities that I spotted because I didn't look at the gap. I didn't look at the fear. I wasn't busy with, oh my God, survival. No, I guided myself into this energy where I am my security, where I am the cause and the effect. And that has caused me to see all kinds of opportunities yesterday, and it continued this morning. So even brands that I've been following for many years, because they were in my email, right? Every day or every week they send something. This time I saw like opportunities. I'm like, I'm gonna reach out to them. And I have no idea what to say. I will figure that out, but I'm for sure going to reach out to them. And I see it as planting these seeds. And actually, I do expect rejection. I even expect people not even getting back to me. And the whole point is, I don't care. My son, when he came back from his trip in the Netherlands, he got these seeds from my mom to plant. And so look at this. We had a bunch of seeds, and most of them are coming out. This one is a little bit delayed. But yeah, as you can tell, most of them are popping up. And I actually today bought some earth and some like bags so that I can put them over and help them grow. And that's how I look at this now. If I continue just putting out those seeds, there's gonna be someone who's going to be like, yeah, I'm gonna give you this opportunity. Yeah, you're amazing. Let's do this. It's gonna happen. And the funny thing is, I am part of many WhatsApp groups here in Mexico. WhatsApp groups are like the Facebook pages. So everybody uses WhatsApp groups, and I have one on the Groove as well. So Groove is this gathering of beautiful women every Tuesdays on the beach here. And one of the moms, she just started her Substack, and it's about relationships, and she's a therapist and she gives advice, and she wanted to promote that, and so she did. And then one of my other friends was like, oh, I have a Substack too, let me promote mine too. And I'm like, oh, why didn't I not think of that? And so instead of Substack, because I don't do Substack, I promoted my channel. And I think the thing that stands out is the fact that I do this every day. And so that's what I was leading with. Because I think a lot of people are like, well, I don't have anything to share, or I don't really know what to say, or, and I'm like, just make it as easy peasy as possible. Like, what is the thing that stands out most, And so I just wrote a few lines, I put it out there, and I felt really very proud of myself because I think a version of me would never have ever done that before. And so I even sent it to my bestie and like, look what I did, because I know where I came from. That's why I'm talking to you, because I know that, I'm not talking as if I'm this guru that was born this way and with all that audacity and that cleverness. Well, I think the cleverness, yes. But a lot of times I would just be too chicken shit and too much stuck in my, imposter syndrome to even act. And to train that, and I showed that in one of the episodes about me becoming a model at like 38, I did what I had to do to face those fears, to face opinions, to face even thinking that I'm not photogenic, because I end up being very photogenic. But because when I was younger, I was just very self-aware, very insecure. Yeah, no wonder the pictures would not look good. But if you are securing yourself and you just step into that energy, then every picture is going to be amazing. Trust me. So, long story short, I will put the recording for you guys so you can watch it yourself. But I did what I now call the rejection party. And the rejection party was a way for me to just be open to receive rejection, to receive no comment, to receive maybe even ridicule. Who knows? Because when you put yourself out there, that's the biggest reason why people don't, because they're so afraid of that. And you might as well just lead with what you're afraid of so that people cannot even use it against you. And so that rejection party enabled me to become a model. And now, even at 40, I'm being booked for like facial brands. Like I did this beautiful photo shoot for this oil brand. It's a local one here. It's called Magica. It's like the Indian Sanskrit name for magic, and it's all oil based, and it's just a beautiful project. I use it myself, and I felt so honored to be her model. But if I did not go through that whole rejection party theme of me putting myself out there, not being afraid to be rejected, I would not have had that chance, guys. Zero, nada, nos. And thinking back, even when I started my business years ago, I got a lot of opportunities early on. Like who can say that when they just started, they already have 4 issues in magazines, different brands. So I was targeting different kinds of like mothers, spiritual ladies, older ladies, like all kinds of different demographics. And I was also featured in an online magazine, which actually was the one that brought a lot of attention to my work and my first clients as well. Who would have thought that I would have had that chance? Well, I created it. And this is exactly what I'm doing now. But now I don't have the imposter syndrome anymore because I completely changed from the inside out. Like I see life as a playful thing. One of my beautiful, and I love her and I appreciate her so much. One of my beautiful followers, subscribers here on YouTube, she commented on one of my episodes, and I think it was the one about love, which I launched on the 14th of February. It was about my first true love and how he taught me what true love is. And her comment was something about my youthful energy and everything. And I said to her, if you know tarot, then you probably know the Fool, like the Fool's card. And that is actually a really wise persona. But he is so oblivious of everything. Like he could just fall into some kind of, you know, disaster and be completely fine with it because he just has this childlike spirit and magic around him. And I really resonate so deeply with that character because it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I will make it beautiful. And I've been transforming my life because of that. And I really feel that that's why I still have that youthful energy and playfulness energy and why I still look so young. Yeah, I have amazing genes. Honestly, I do. Like my dad is 80, guys. My dad is 80. He turned 80 last summer. Um, and he doesn't look 80. I think he looks maybe 65 plus. So yeah, I have great genes, honestly. But I think the energy and then the fact that I look so young is really because of this, is how I just turn darkness into light and how I look everything in the eye that I think is scary. And I don't walk away from it. And it started with even tiny things, like when I was a student and I had a really bad rating at school for economics. And then when I got my diploma, my teacher was like, Ash, what are you going to study now that you're going to the university? And I'm like, marketing and economy. And everybody laughed because it was like the number one thing I was failing at school. And that's the one that I picked to study because I was like, well, I was terrified to talk in front of people. I had to do this every day for my job, even for my university, for my job, for my university, for everything. I always do the things that I think are scary. The scariest thing I ever thought I would do is leave my family. I'm like, hell no. Like I'm so close to my family. Guess what I did? I left the family. I left the house. I left the home country, everything. Um, because guess what? Opportunities are not for you to wait for. Opportunities are for you to take. And today I am really, really urging you to do that. And I'm basically capturing this in the moment. And you, me, we both know this is gonna lead to something. Even me starting this whole adventure of creating on YouTube every single day, not scripted, not with a whole plan, not with 20,000 episodes batched. No, I'm creating in a moment. It's magnetic. It's magnetic. And so as I'm demonstrating to you guys in real life, I'm just looking at this beautiful plant. I just resonate with it so deeply. But as I'm just documenting this in real life, I'm like, I need to tell you guys this because I don't believe that overnight success exists. Even me standing here was 20 years in the making, if not 40, like my entire life to be ready for this. I had so many attempts before I was able to do this on YouTube, or even, I started with a blog, guys. It was called Love Power Peace. I launched that 10 years ago, only to find out that writing is not really my thing. it is speaking, and then I needed to have the balls to start the podcast because I thought, well, then the podcast is it. I was like, no, it's not the podcast. It could be because I could make a podcast out of this, but I just really want to focus on YouTube because it's the combination that I really like, the visual, the audio, everything. And yeah, that took forever for me to find out, to get ready for. I even remember when I started with the whole House of Ash podcast slash YouTube show, I hired a videographer, and eventually it took me 6 months, if not longer, to even launch the first 4 episodes because I was chicken shit. So trust me, I know what I'm talking about. But that's exactly why I can help others too. When they're ready for more growth, when they're ready to do the things that are just so scary, because those opportunities are not there for you to wait for. Those opportunities are out there for you to take, to grab, to claim. Like right now, there are the Olympics. Nobody on that stage, not even the people, participating, waited. They just went for their dream and they go after it, and they're the winners because they show up for their dreams. And we just spend so much time on hiding and on being afraid and on keeping it safe. And stop it. Stop it, guys. Honestly. And so if there are any brands that you feel like, I would love to work with you guys, just reach out. Reach out. Make yourself available. Show how valuable you are to them and see what happens. You will always have a no if you don't ask. So you might as well take on the possibility of getting a yes. And that's what I'm doing exactly now. And when people say, hey, great to meet you, maybe you can help us with a retreat someday, I'm like, I'm not going to wait for her to reach out to me. I'm going to reach out myself. Of course. I mean, that's something I learned in sales anyway. Like, you need to take ownership of that part. And this is me in that energy of just playfulness, not out of, oh, I need to fix a hole or I need this or desperation. No, simply for the joy of expansion, simply for seeing how much you get to achieve, how much you get to experience, how much you can get done by fully stepping into you and being audacious enough to go for what you want. And I have no idea what all these things could lead to in case they say yes, just so you know. I have no idea. But I'm up for adventure. I that's the beauty of life. Meeting new people, doing new things, experiencing more things about myself along the way. But it's so much more fun to be in that motion than to sit and to wait for miracles and to look at the gap of where you don't want to be anymore instead of just taking the, how do you say that? The horn by the, I don't know. English is not my first language, you probably noticed. But that, and just ride that horse. Talking about horse, you know what I mean. So let's help the horse this year, okay? Go for it. I will see you guys tomorrow in a new episode. Ciao, ciao.